Hello, all of my beautiful friends. How are you? I am just so happy to be back in my little makeup room and just doing this video. We had a much needed rest and relaxation, and as you know, I am a Canadian content creator, and we were in the Okanagan Valley. Ever been to the Okanagan Valley? You know that usually sunshine is abound, and you have the Okanagan Lake there as well as Lake Kalamalka, and it's just, the waters in British Columbia are just so clear and they are so beautiful. And it was the resort we stayed at. They have these Adirondack chairs and you go down to it. I put it on my Instagram account, and you can sit and literally your feet, you take your sandals off, your feet are literally in the shore of Lake Okanagan, like you're that close. And the waters are so crystal clear and beautiful, and they weren't cold. Anyways, you guys, it was much needed rest and relaxation, and I just thought I would do my first ever home decor video with you guys because, like I said, I got back and then I just was like, okay, I can actually put a cap to the end of summer and I can officially kind of like switch on to the fall. But if you're interested in seeing what I picked up for the fall home decor for our Homesense, Simon's, and Amazon. How could I forget? All right, if you want to see those purchases, then please just continue watching this video, and please do me a favor. But this is just a call to remind you that if you're not subscribed to my channel, please just click on the subscribe button. As you know, I won't inundate you with videos. I am a working gal. And secondly, if you like this kind of content and you're also a Canadian, you're kind of just like looking for kind of like local or Canadian products, then you might enjoy this video and smash that like button if you do. Like I said, I really just kind of got swept up into the whole like fall decor, and I love fall and then into winter because it really just brings about all of those beautiful, warm, rich colors into your house. Rustics, burgundies, like yellows, some red, gold, bronze, like all of those colors, some faded greens like moss green I bring up in particular because I do love green. That's kind of what inspired me on my home decor shopping spree. And I only brought up one product, which I'm actually going to share at the end just because I love this product that I purchased from Amazon.ca. Absolutely love it. I just get really inspired by little things. It didn't cost a whole ton of money, but the effect that it gives off to me is like worth absolutely every single penny. So I want to start off the video because I have to do inserts just by talking about some of the things that I actually purchased from Homesense. So I will insert a picture here. What I actually went to go to Homesense for was I wanted to get a couple of things for a coffee station, which I can share at a later date. You know, some of the flavoring syrups. And then I wanted to get some coffee candies because I like to have those on my coffee station. And they happen to be my mom's very favorite like candies. So what I went in with was I have my living room furniture is a very muted but very dark gray, and then I have one black chair, and I just was like, it needs to have more color, more sort of earthy tones. Immediately I was like, I need green. I need some kind of green in my living room because I have this little green French cabinet off to the side, and it doesn't really do a lot, but I love the color of it. So I went there and they had so many wonderful colors, of course, if you can imagine. So I got this beautiful chenille oversized throw, which was $29.99 at my local Homesense. And then I saw these beautiful pillows, and I love, you know, as so many, I'm sure of you do, you don't get matchy pillows when you're kind of decorating your living room for accent colors. You get different textiles and different patterns and different colors. And I saw this pillow, and I picked it up, felt the quality. It was $29.99. It's a really good price point. And I thought to myself, you know what? This is absolutely perfect. Beautiful, soft, sagey green, oversized. I think it's called the Lumina Lu oversized chenille throw. I mean, is there anything more soft and inviting and beautiful than chenille? And I just thought it would work so perfect. And yeah, so if you're looking for pillows and throws for this time of year, just go to Homesense, because you know they really do have really great quality fabrics, and they're bargain basement prices. Okay, this is take number 3 for the rest of this video. Is it sort of like strange when I think the entire universe is sending you a message that this video shouldn't go out or something? Because it's the 3rd time that I've shot this. And now I want to go to Simon. So if you are not Canadian, you probably do not have a Simon's where you are. Simon's is a beautiful department store that's out of Quebec, the province of Quebec in Canada, and we have one in my province in Alberta. Anyways, it's an absolutely beautiful department store, and one of the departments within that department store they have is the home goods department, where they have all the home linens. So you have your tablecloths and your napkins, table runners, chargers, placemats, you name it, everything that you need to kind of create that beautiful sort of like, you know, tablescape, if you will. So I went in there just to kind of peruse and just have, you know, a little bit of a mooch and see kind of what was there. And as soon as I walked in the store, I was like, okay, I already see what I want. So my husband and I just recently were able to upgrade our dining room suite. We got this very contemporary, modern, rectangular tempered glass pedestal dining room table with matching chairs, but it's all in, you know, like the glass and the table and the pedestal and the chairs is all in white, and thus, you know, contemporary is great, but it can also be very cold. You know, linear sort of stainless steel base and trim with glass top. You get the idea. It can be nice, but it can just be very, very cold. And in this particular room, the only other thing I had was on the back wall. I have a large print that I purchased that is a scene of Paris, and it has all these beautiful colors of like blues and muted greens and a little bit of yellow. And so I wanted to draw from that particular picture, and I thought, okay, I need the colors that kind of will pull from this picture. So those colors, like I said, muted greens, dark blues, some darker shades, a little bit of yellow, a fair amount of white. So that was kind of the color palette that I went in with, which is fine because my favorite colors are like navy and like muted mossy greens. And I decided that when I saw all the table linens that the best would be like a very dense white cotton tablecloth, and I would go with a really beautiful mossy green runner in the center, kind of as my pop of color to kind of, you know, decorate off of. And I thought that would be most perfect. And then placemat wise, I wanted a similar thing. I wanted something that was, for me, the boards. So I'm going to insert a picture of the placemats that I purchased. I purchased them, and they are kind of like, they're have the same print on the front and the back, but they are like a hard board. And they are just like wonderful if you've ever used them, because you can wipe them down, nothing stains them, but they're so practical, especially, you know, we do a lot of work on the island, like with our laptops and stuff, and it's just like the perfect support surface for that, as well as having now dinner on a tempered glass, because you know, tempered glass again. It looks really great, but it's not as user-friendly as wood is, because you can't have like even a drinking glass on the table, because if you slid it across, of course it's tempered glass, it would scratch. So everything has to be covered if you're having like people over for a dining room table that's made of glass. So keeping that in mind, I had to have a tablecloth to cover the whole table. But the tablecloth I picked up was this beautiful, very dense, 100% cotton white tablecloth, which was absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what I was thinking, wasn't looking at the measurements. When I finally got it home, I opened it, I threw everything out in the garbage, including the receipt, and this tablecloth is like 3 times bigger than my whole table. So it looked ridiculous. It was just hanging off like by feet, like practically touching the ground. And I thought, this is not what I want. So hopefully Simon's will take that back for me. But like I said, so I got these placemats that I will probably have on the island. And then my husband, he loves the kind of more wipeable utilitarian placemats that have the non-slip foam backing. And I will insert these pictures, the picture of the ones he picked out, and they have this beautiful sort of like foresty like design on it, that almost looks like a painting, and has those exact colors of the greens from the evergreen trees and a little bit of the blue and the white. So it's like a perfect match, and I believe those were $8.99. Don't come for me if I'm wrong, but I believe they were like $8.99, and so we got 6 of those. So okay, and then the next thing that I purchased will be, the next 2 items were from Amazon.ca. So back to the dining room to kind of finish it off. The table runner was really great. It will eventually have a replaced white cotton tablecloth that goes underneath it. But again, because everything is so white in that dining room area except for that big picture, I needed another kind of pop of green or color in that room to kind of really draw everything together. And so I went on Amazon.ca looking for a semi-realistic 7-foot olive tree. I will insert the picture here. I found it. It's absolutely perfect. It has this realistic wood trunk, and the main branches are actual real wood, and then the actual, you know, fake leaves are the part where you can kind of manipulate. It came with a little tiny pot, and I just placed that inside of a pre-existing blue ceramic planter I had on my balcony, and filled it up to the top just with some old t-shirts and stuff that we normally turn into rags. I rolled them up, and then I bought the fake moss and I just put it on top, and I think it looks absolutely perfect. It was $99.99, and it just really does the job. It just kind of elevates that corner, adds that little bit of muted green without being that garish fake green, and I couldn't be happier with it. Okay, and like I promised at the beginning of the video, and now we're at the end, I wanted to share my most favorite little product that I purchased in this whole like fall home decor haul that I did between like Homesense and Simon's and now Amazon.ca. But I was looking for some really cool ambient lighting options for the dining room area again, because when we built this place, we had the builders just put in all pot lights all on the main floor. So the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room all have pot lights. Of course, the living room, I also have individual lights. But yeah, for the dining room and kitchen, it's just all pot lights. And that's a little bit hard. And it doesn't really provide kind of that soft, warm, ambient lighting experience that you want when you're dining. And so I found these. They come in black and in gold, and they're called WebChem or WebCEM, and they are a cordless light that provides this warm illuminating light that you charge with a USB port that will last up to 24 hours, and they're totally portable, and they have this just low kind of profile look. So I picked the gold. Here is the one that I picked. I absolutely love this. They were $29.99 each, so I got 2. And what I like best about them, other than of course there is the port to actually stick in the USB cable that they come with, is that the light that it provides from the top is just this soft, warm, ambient light that doesn't have any beading. There's no strobing. It's just a constant light. There's 3 light settings on here, so you have low, medium, and high. Low obviously will give you a full 24-hour charge, medium, and then the highest setting gives you an 8-hour charge, but I just love it. So there is low, and I just love that soft, oh, just ethereal, warm lighting. There's medium, and there's the brightest. And I just think they are so cool, so sleek. They look so amazing on my actual dining room table. So I will insert a picture so you can see it with the lighting slightly dimmed on that runner that I purchased. And I just think they're so clever and practical. I mean, really, because they're so low profile, they don't take up a lot of space. You could literally have this on a credenza. You could have it like on a bookshelf. You could have it anywhere that you need like a little sort of warm, inviting light, or even like for the brightest setting task light, where you need to just have a little light that's very portable. And because of their sleek design, I just think they really just fit into any decor. I think they're beautiful. They are totally my favorite little Amazon purchase out of this whole haul, believe it or not. And I was just so over the moon excited to share it with you. So this video, you guys, I know that a lot of people do these Amazon home decor hauls and then they kind of walk you through. For me, it's easier to just kind of sit here across from my iPhone 14 and then insert the pictures to show you. I hope you like this kind of content. It's definitely different for me. I normally don't really show my home that much on YouTube, and sometimes I'll put a couple of pictures on Instagram. I'll also leave my Instagram handle so you can kind of appreciate some other pictures that I may not have included in this video. And that's it. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing week ahead. I can't wait for next week's video, because before I left, my husband and I, on my vacation that I needed to the Okanagan Valley, I had to, of course, have a little mooch into Sephora, and I left with 4 amazing new items that to me were that last grasp of summer makeup before we literally head into fall. So I want to share those with you because I have been loving them as well and can't wait to do that. So I will see you guys all for next week's video. Take care.